From answering questions about having a penis,
You have fun with it.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
to losing their cool on camera.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
Here are all the ways celebrities destroyed woke and disrespectful interviewers. The host wanted to know Morgan's take on Black History Month, and the woke reporter probably wanted to further his agenda by using Morgan to support woke America's views. But Morgan Freeman wasn't having it.
Black History Month you find ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man, and I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
So Morgan Freeman basically solved racism in 55 seconds while also dragging this host through the mud. The poor guy tried to push back, but Morgan didn't even give him the chance. He was so spot on about why there isn't a White History Month and why black people are made to feel different. Next, we have the legendary Mike Tyson. This was during the time when Mike was going through a rough patch and he was trying to make a comeback with his next fight. The host thought it would be a good idea to ask him about his anger and then comment on his tone. But he probably forgot the guy sitting in front of him was not a snowflake.
You take into the ring a lot of rage. For example, rage against Evander Holyfield worked against you.
Well, it. It's a fight, so whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
You see how the host's tone was condescending, right? It's almost like he wanted Mike to get mad so he could prove his point. Well, Mike did get angry, and it didn't end well for the reporter because he got cussed out, and millions of people now know what an ass he is. The guy probably forgot what Mike Tyson does for a living because there's no way you mess with that guy. And it's not just Mike who likes taking digs at hosts. Samuel L. Jackson is also known for making reporters regret their questions. I'm not kidding. Check this out.
A lot of controversy surrounding the usage of the N-word in this movie, and
nobody. None. The word would be...
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not going to have this conversation unless you say it.
Why do you want me to
They're
say it?
going to bleep it when you say it on your show. So say it.
I can't say it. If I say it, this question it won't make air.
Okay, forget it.
Okay, I'll skip it. Sorry, guys. It was a good question.
No, it wasn't.
It was a great question.
It wasn't a great question if you can't say the word.
The guy wanted to change subjects so fast. Samuel's right, though. Don't ask a question about a word you don't even want to say. That was funny to watch. Next, we have Tom Cruise dishing out some justice. For context, this was after he got divorced from Nicole Kidman. He gave an interview, and the host starts getting a little too personal. He asked Tom if Kidman was the love of his life. Tom makes it clear that he loved her and they had kids together. But that wasn't enough for the reporter.
You have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work.
Listen, here's the thing, Peter.
Yeah.
You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
Well, I suppose they're questions
Peter,
that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
I don't know about you, but I enjoy watching shit like this. These reporters have a serious pair on them to keep pushing the envelope with celebs. They forget that they're people too. Up next, we got Jonah Hill. This guy has faced body shaming all his life, and reporters never fail to give him a hard time. In this particular interview, he's sitting for a podcast and he has obviously lost a crap ton of weight. But the interviewer still asks this stupid question.
You the fat guy in Hollywood still, or is everybody like look at you and they're like, oh wow, this is great, now you're healthy?
Do you have any other questions that are smart?
At this point, Jonah knows how to deal with trolls. He's been dealing with these body-shaming comments ever since he started his career. Although he was funny, most reporters preferred to talk about his weight.
Jonah, do you think it's important to be unattractive to be funny? Can skinny people be funny?
What the man? You know, I don't understand. Can you just ask a normal question?
This next clip literally boils my blood. I mean, it'd be weird to ask this to someone you know, let alone asking it to a celebrity. So an entitled woke guy came out of nowhere during a Tom Hardy interview and started asking questions that would make it seem like Tom might be gay. Tom was surprised after hearing it and responded with this.
And we're an LGBT news organization, and our question is for Tom Hardy. In the film, your character Ronnie is very open about his sexuality, but given interviews you've done in the past, your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about?
I was referring to an interview given to Attitude magazine a few years ago.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why?
Why?
Thank you.
Okay.
It'd be funny if we later found out that the reporter asking the question was gay and was actually just shooting his shot. Up until this point, all the clips have been fun. But when I saw the next clip, it was sent to me by someone, and it really left me wondering if the media back in the day really had no censorship or even shame. So in this interview, the guy is asking Lady Gaga about her not-so-lady parts. He's trying to make it look like she's got junk in her pants, and look at how Lady Gaga takes this insult.
There was that rumor that you had a male appendage, that you were a hermaphrodite, and you joked about it on the stage last night.
Maybe I do.
But it's interesting.
Would it be so terrible?
But it's interesting, a lot of artists would immediately put out some sort of a statement saying this is absolutely not true. You have fun with it.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
If she wanted, she could have just walked out of this interview and sued the hell out of this host. But it's kind of cool that she fed into the gossip and played off it. This interview was one of the first signs that probably showed the world which way journalism was heading now. Okay, back to Tom Hardy. Hardy was at another press conference and faced a guy who was trying to belittle the women who were part of the cast.
A question for Tom Hardy. Tom, I'll preface my remarks by saying that I have 5 sisters, a wife, a daughter, and a mother, so I know what it's like to be outgunned by estrogen. But I just wanted to ask you, as you were reading the script, did you ever think, why are all these women in here? I thought this was supposed to be a man's movie.
No. Not for 1 minute. You know what I mean? That's kind of obvious.
The dude did say he has a wife and daughters, right? I wonder if he got shit from his wife when he got back home for asking that question. Dude is probably divorced now. Yeah, I don't know where he was going with this. Even if Tom felt that way, what good would it do for him to say it out loud? Finally, it would be unfair if I didn't include the king of clapbacks, Quentin Tarantino, in this series. I honestly think reporters get a kick out of bothering him. Every interview he goes to, they ask him the most nasty questions, trying to paint him as a misogynist or some sort of an old twat. In this particular interview, the reporter is asking him about giving fewer lines to Margot Robbie. And, well, Tarantino makes quick work of her.
Question over there.
Farah Nairi from the New York Times. I had a question, same question for Quentin and Margot. Quentin, you have put Margot Robbie, a very talented actress, actor, in your film. She was in with Leonardo in Wolf of Wall Street. I, Tonya. This is a person with a great deal of acting talent, and yet you haven't really given her many lines in the movie. And I wondered, I guess that was a deliberate choice on your part, and I just wanted to know why that was, that we don't hear her actually speaking very much. And Margot, I wanted you to also comment about being in the film in this part.
Well, I just reject your hypotheses.
This clip proves that you don't need to ramble on and on about things. Sometimes you can just destroy your opponent with just a few words. That's exactly what Tarantino did, and the reporter is going to regret she asked this question. And let's be fair, Margot probably feels lucky to even work with a living legend like Tarantino. At another event, Tarantino went into an interview so he could promote a new movie. Tarantino was answering all the questions nicely and was very cordial until the interviewer asked about this.
But why are you so sure that there's no link between enjoying movie violence and enjoying real violence?
I'm going to tell you why I'm so sure. Do not ask me a question like that. I'm not biting. I refuse your question.
Why?
Because I refuse your question. I'm not your slave and you're not my master. You can't make me dance to your tune. I'm not a monkey.
I can't make you answer anything. I'm asking you interesting questions.
And I'm saying I refuse.
Okay. Well, no, I was just asking you why. That's fine. But you see, Jamie Foxx has said we can't turn our back and say that violence in films or anything that we do doesn't have a source of
Then you should talk to Jamie Foxx about that. And I think he's actually here, so you can.
I'd love to, but I mean, you know, it's interesting that you have a different view, and I'm just trying to explore that.
Yeah, and I don't want to, because I'm here to sell my movie. This is a commercial for the movie. Make no mistake.
Well, you
yeah.
So you don't want to talk about anything serious?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about what you want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the implications of violence. I haven't wanted. Because the reason I don't want to talk about it is I've said everything I have to say about it. If anyone cares what I have to say about it, they can Google me and they can look for 20 years what I have to say about it. I haven't changed my opinion one iota.
No, but you haven't fleshed it out.
It's not my job to flesh it out.
No, it's my job to try and ask you to.
And I'm shutting your butt down.
And that's entirely your
This is a commercial
right.
from my movie.
No, I know, but it's my job to try and explore some serious themes as well. I'm sure.
I invite you to explore some serious things, but not things that I have already been on the record for talking about.
Well, violence is such a big part of all of your movies, and it's an enjoyable part of your movies for so many people, and that's why I'm talking about this, because it's a very sensitive time at the moment. I mean, the Vice President is talking to people in the movie industry today about violence in response to
and where I stand on it.
Which is that there's no relationship.
Yes.
I'm actually surprised at why Tarantino is still sitting there and listening to the guy. I can see that he's pissed and wants to destroy this guy. He's literally itching to get out of his chair. He's like, look here, mother trucker. You're supposed to be asking me about my movie, not my stance on how snowflakes are going to respond to violence in my movies.
You think there's no relationship?
It's none of your damn business what I think about that.
Well, it's my job to ask you why you think that.
And I'm saying
very influential.
No. And I'm shutting you down.
But you have a responsibility as a filmmaker, surely, to explain a little bit about
No,
what
I
you're
don't
doing.
have any responsibility to you to explain anything I don't want to.
Not to me, but to your viewers, to your fans, to people who
care
about what it is that you're doing.
They know where I'm coming from.
Holy crap, look at his right hand. I mean, he's literally shaking. Damn, I honestly don't know how people do it in Hollywood, man. I would have just walked out, but hey, I guess that's why I'm not in Hollywood. All right, folks, thanks for watching.